Hello, my name is Matthew Thompson and I'm from Bristol in England. The reason that I chose to go to Om-Mij for my ayahuasca experience was actually it was a reason of disappointment. So I actually found my place in life where I'd achieved everything I wanted. I had a goal that I wanted to be a university professor in a computer science field, and I worked really hard to get there. I did a PhD, which took me 5 years, then I did a postdoc, and then eventually I got a lecturer position full-time in the university, which is quite an achievement, you know. But instead of feeling this kind of elation that I'd got there, I only felt disappointment. I felt no sense of happiness, you know. And I'd worked so hard to get there. I'd worked, you know, every evening, every weekend. I'd sacrificed so much, and then when I got this goal that I thought would bring me happiness, there was nothing. And this kind of sent me into a really dark depression. I started drinking every evening. I had a real problem with that, and thoughts of suicide very often. And so I was not in a good place at all. And well, I thought maybe a change of job would do it. So I actually, you know, worked even harder and got another job as a computer programmer with a really high salary and a really interesting work. But still, that wasn't fulfilling either. There was something missing, some meaning in my life that I was always searching for, that was not fulfilled through achieving these material goals. So that's what brought me to Om-Mij and the ayahuasca experience. So the reason I chose Om-Mij specifically was actually I was looking at various places in the Netherlands where I could try ayahuasca, and I think I was just looking through Reddit threads of people recommending different places, and Om-Mij was the one that just kept coming up. So I went to the website and saw some very good testimonials, and something just felt right about it, you know. It felt like the right place to go to, so I signed up and went there. So actually I did 2 retreats with Om-Mij. The first was in the Netherlands, and I did just a one ceremony there, and then after 3 months later I went to one of the retreats in Spain, which was actually a 5-day retreat with 3 ceremonies. So I can talk about both of those experiences. So the first experience in the Netherlands, it was a wonderful place. So the setting is in a kind of house in a kind of residential neighbourhood. It feels very comfortable, very welcoming, like a very safe place to be. And as soon as I walked in the door, the staff are, you know, just incredible, loving people, you know, and they walk you through the whole process, and it just feels safe and like a loving environment. I have very fond memories of that first ceremony. I think the people there really take care of you, and they do it right, you know. So in terms of what I experienced during the ayahuasca ceremony, I mean, first of all, so I had a feeling that I was blocked, that, you know, I couldn't move forward until something was released. And in my purging experience after the first cup of ayahuasca, it explained to me that there was an old relationship that I needed to let go of, and it was painful to let go of, and I've been holding on to it for many years. And so I was kind of forced to let go of that, so I could move on. And then after the second cup, I had an incredible spiritual experience. I had the feeling that it's hard to put into words, but I had deep understanding of the nature of consciousness, and I had the feeling that I was actually this infinite being made of love and loving consciousness. And I understood, you know, the meaning of God, and, you know, which was something very profound for me, coming from a kind of a very materialistic, scientific background, where I was a computer scientist, you know, always an atheist, and this changed the way I saw things completely. I think I was already kind of on this path, I have to say. I'd attended 2 10-day meditation retreats prior to this, and that worked to some extent, but The effects always wore off. I was still kind of sabotaging myself subconsciously, and the ayahuasca kind of reached deep into my subconscious and helped me deal with things, fix things, which stopped me sabotaging myself. So that was the one-day ceremony in the Netherlands, and then after that I felt the kind of blissful experience, but the effects wore off after 2 weeks, and I felt this need to go deeper. I felt like one ceremony wasn't really enough. So 3 months later, I went to the 5-day ceremony in Spain, which has 5 days, but 3 ceremonies over 5 days. And this was a wonderful experience. Like, the setting is in a wonderful villa in sunny Spain with a swimming pool and a lot of space and hammocks. And the actual ceremony room is incredible. There's a lovely fire in the center with logs on it that you can just stare at when you're under the influence of ayahuasca. Again, the staff were incredibly lovely there. Were just wonderful, wonderful people. And it was a different experience as well, because I had the sense of being kind of a group of people, a group of participants going through this journey together. So there were 5 other people doing it. And they all had incredibly profound healing experiences too. And it was just unbelievable to see the changes that they went through too. I saw people going from being very closed, very bitter people, where you could sense this hostility coming from them, to incredibly open, just full of joy, just sparkling eyes. I wouldn't have believed such transformations if I hadn't have seen it myself. So in terms of what I experienced in the 3 ceremonies there, it went much deeper, and I had a real kind of spiritual awakening almost, I would say. I realised that the key to life is to just surrender to your heart and your intuition. And since that understanding, my life has improved incredibly. I'll talk about that in a bit, but it had such a profound impact on me. So yeah, how I feel now. I feel like life is getting better every single day. My depression is completely gone, completely obliterated. No thoughts of depression at all. I mean, I still have challenges, but I don't really see them as things that defeat me anymore. They're just lessons to be learnt, I just feel a kind of overwhelming love and joy, like love for everyone around me and everything. Just happy to be alive and experiencing everything that I'm experiencing. And so I guess you could say it had quite an impact on me. And even now, like 3 months later, it hasn't worn off at all. If anything, things are getting better and better. And I'm meditating, I'm learning yoga, and all these things that I'd thought of doing before, but just couldn't quite manage for some reason. I'm doing now. It's really incredible. So my message for you, if you're considering trying ayahuasca, is first of all to take it very seriously. It's something that can really kick your ass. It can't be described how difficult the experience can be at times. So take it seriously. You really do have to do that. I mean, things such as make sure you follow the diet strictly that they recommend before you go to the retreats. In my case, I knew a bit of meditation beforehand, and I made sure to meditate 2 hours a day for the week before the retreat. So if you can learn how to meditate at all, and just try it a bit, before you go into ayahuasca, that will help you a lot. I think that my other advice is, if you can at all, do several ceremonies in a row, because as I said before, each ceremony goes deeper. I feel like one gives you a glimpse, but it's not quite enough, to make a lasting impact. I think that's it. I think I recommend Om-Mij as the place to go. I had a wonderful experience with them. I don't think it could have been any better. And if you're considering doing ayahuasca, then you should do it. To me, it felt like once I started thinking about it, it was inevitable. It was going to happen. I was just led to it, And I think the same will happen to you if you're thinking about it too. And to me, Om-Mij is the place to go. So yeah, good luck.